Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
Uh, I'm good, thank you.
Oh, great. So, how can I help you today?
Yeah, it's my dog.
Oh, your dog?
Yeah, it's playing with the bottle.
Oh, wow. So, how can I help you today?
Maybe we could to talk, or we could read something. If you have an article,
Read something? Ah, like off Ingu?
I don't remember the last call, but I think we see an article from Cambly. Uh,
An article from Cambly?
yeah.
Ah, so Cambly, I don't have any articles on Cambly, but they have like conversation topics.
Uh huh.
Like when it comes to an article, it's normally always through Ngu, I believe.
Okay. Yeah, it's like more um, example for conversation.
Example. So did you look at any of the library, like with the conversation topics?
Uh huh. Something like that.
I said did you look at it or
Mm-hmm.
no?
I
So which one did you want to do? Like which topic?
okay. Wait.
And that I can give you the link to the library as well if you need it.
Yeah. Maybe we could read or we could see advanced conversation topics,
Advanced conversation topics, that one.
advanced conversation topic, or intermediate
Ah,
conversation topics.
yeah, so which one do you want? Because there's the food for thought, developing your career. You can choose whichever one you'd like. And then there's conversation topics part 2 as well.
Okay, we could talk about uh, in the intermediate. How do you say intermediate?
Intermediate.
Intermediate.
Hmm.
Uh, mm, could you give me some example for social activities?
For the well, there's social media. Did we do that one last time?
No, social media.
Yeah, they have social media. So the intermediate conversation topics part 2. They have the famous people, your cozy home, money, exercise and diet, social media, travel, holidays, language learning, and sense of community and volunteering.
Okay, you are watching intermediate conversation topics. This.
Yes, intermediate conversation topics, part 2, that one, because it's a little bit like over the basic intermediate conversation topics. Because the first one you may have seen before, but this one is kind of new. So
I see the first one is cooking and your dream job, sport business, force, service animals. We are in the
I
same page.
no, that's just the regular one. The one that I was on was the topics like part 2.
Could you
Because the
send me the link, please?
yeah, hold on. I have to switch to the student mode, and then I can send you the link to it exactly. So intermediate conversation topics part 2 here. So before each class, if you'd like, you can choose one of these, and then when you log in, it'll be right there waiting on you. But
Usually, I don't use this resource from Cambly, but some tutors they use this resource for for teach me maybe conversation topics, different conversation topics.
So you can choose between the two links, the Ingu article, like you asked, for daily news, or the intermediate
Okay,
conversation topics part two. It's up to you.
part
Um, and,
two.
and whichever one you'd like, just let me know, and then I will click on that one and open it.
Okay, I prefer the intermediate. Okay, could you repeat again the pronunciation?
Um, Intermediate conversation topics.
Intermediate,
Hmm.
intermediate conversation topics. I prefer this one. I get
Okay.
the link.
Which one would you like? The famous people, the
No,
money?
I'll send the link. Uh, Cooking. We could start with cooking or
So
your dream.
you're on the first one. The first one. This one. Right.
Okay.
Because the one I sent was the topics part
Okay.
two.
Yeah. Yeah. I
This one's part
remember.
one.
Okay. We could see your dream job.
Your dream job?
Hmm.
Okay. So your dream job.
Okay.
So
Your dream job.
is this the one you'd like?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So where do you work?
Okay. I work in computer systems. Do you know this role? The name is quality assurance. Uh,
Quality assurance.
mhm.
Like I know what quality assurance means. That means that something is, you know, worth the quality.
Software quality assurance.
Hmm. Yeah, that's about it. I just know that it's supposed to be like, supposed to make sure that everything is okay. But other than that, I don't know in great detail at all.
Mm-hmm. I got it.
Hmm. And then you can read the second question and answer them. And if you have any questions for me, just ask.
Mm-hmm. Okay. What do you do there? What do you do there?
Hmm.
Okay. What do you do? What do you do in your work, your job?
Hmm.
Okay. Maybe I didn't understand your dynamic.
So when it says, what do you do there? It's like, what is your job? Like if they asked you, what do you do all day at work?
Okay. Could you help me? For example, you say the question, I answer, and after I say the question, and you could answer.
So, yeah. So what do you do there?
Um, Testing of software. So
Okay.
we make test cases and documentation and execution.
Okay. So
Uh-huh.
Okay, so you document what you do and you make sure you execute anything that, goes wrong or any plans you might have for the week.
Exactly. So I receive, for example, I receive a requirement, and I do the analysis. Is correct.
Yeah, you do the
I do the
analysis.
analysis. I write the test cases, and after I execute that cases and make the documentation
Mm.
or report the bugs. If I find bugs, I report report that.
Oh, okay. Nice. And then what do you like best about your job? What is your favorite thing about your job?
I think because I have the possibility, uh, I have the option uh, for work from home.
Oh, having the option to work from home?
Yeah, all the
Oh.
time. It is a little bit boring
Mm-hmm.
because I am alone and at home.
Ah.
Yeah, but I prefer because I have more hours for to sleep.
Oh, yeah, of course. You don't have to worry about getting ready to leave the home.
Mhm. But I need to walk more. I need to walk more because
Oh.
I need to do exercise. And when you are from home, you only walk to the kitchen or to room or the living room to the bathroom, and
Mm.
it's not enough.
Yeah, I agree. It's important to, if you can, maybe go for a walk, maybe 3 times a week or the gym, something. Yeah.
Hmm.
And then what do you like least about your job? What is something that you don't appreciate about your work?
Uh, one of the things, or one of the, mm, how do you say, advantage, but uh, not advantage,
Advantage, disadvantage. So one of the
disadvantage.
disadvantages. Hmm.
Okay, one of the disadvantage, who you repeat the pronunciation?
Uh-huh. Disadvantages.
Disadvantages.
Yes.
One of the disadvantages is you talk with the people only or through a screen or with your phone, and I don't know, maybe sometimes I want to see face to face the people.
Oh, okay. So a disadvantage is having to talk to someone through the screen.
Hmm.
I think, yeah, sometimes like human interaction is very important, you know?
Hmm.
All right. And then here's some grammar review
Okay.
with prepositions.
Okay.
So I'll have you read the gray boxes, but I'll read the one up top here. And it says different prepositions are used when you talk about work. Review how each preposition below is used with your tutor. So,
Okay.
yeah, so for example, you'll just read the gray boxes, the ones that you need an example of how to use these prepositions.
Okay. uh, Using at and for to show the name of the company. Examples: I work for Nike. I work at Microsoft.
Mm, good.
Okay.
You get it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you can move to the second one if you'd like.
Using for to show who you work for. Using for to show who you work for. Okay. Example: I work for Mr. Smith, a regional manager of Apple Store.
So we pronounce this regional, a regional.
Original.
Mhm.
Original. Okay. Regional. Like original.
Yeah, kind of, but we say regional.
Okay. What's mean kind of?
So it means like almost, like
Almost. Okay.
a little bit like or almost, kind of.
Okay. Like more or less.
Hmm. Yeah,
What is the difference between a little bit and quite well?
quite well. So that just means like if you're doing quite well, that means that you're doing good. Like everything's going great. And the other one, what was the second one you said? I'm sorry.
Repeat.
I said, what was the second one you said? Because you said quite well. And what was the second one you said?
A little bit.
And a little bit. So quite well means good. And a little bit just means that something is moving kind of slow. It's just this much. A lot, a little bit. We're doing quite well. That means we're doing great.
Can you repeat kind of well or
Oh, I just said kind of. I was said,
kind of?
because you said, is it like original? And I said, kind of. But we say um regional. So that,
Uh,
yeah. So it means when the word ends, it sounds very regional, original. It has the same ending, but different beginning sounds. That's why it's kind of similar.
Okay, and how can use as well?
How do you use as well? When you're including something. Like
Uh,
for yeah, when you're including something.
including something?
So like if you are if you're comparing two items or you're including two items, then you would use as well as. So for example, um, in a sentence, hmm, maybe
In the end of sentence.
no. So you would like for example, or you could also just use it in like I may as well quit my job. I may as well quit my job now and start my own business. Just if someone's not making enough money, they might say, "Oh, I may as well just quit my job and start my own business."
Okay.
I think. Yeah. You can use it like that. Or if you're comparing something, like when you say, "Oh, when making hot chocolate, you need the hot chocolate packet as well as milk," or something like that. I can't think of a better one, but yeah.
As well, it's like, mm, okay.
The exact definition of as well.
No.
Let
Um,
me see the exact definition. Yeah, so yeah, kind of like what I said, it just means like in addition or to, like
could
when
you
you're comparing something.
tell me synonyms of
Synonyms.
uh,
So to, in addition, also,
no, sorry, synonyms from you too,
synonyms of you too.
of you too. Uh-huh.
Like, yeah, in addition or to, as well as. So, like for example, I could say when making hot chocolate, you need hot chocolate cocoa, you need cocoa powder and milk, or you could say you need cocoa powder as well as milk. Or
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So it's just like to include. So you don't use this all the time, but in case someone uses it, you just know that it means in addition or to,
In addition, it's the same
as like
that
also.
also and
Mhm. So also in
besides.
addition, you could say besides in certain instances. So like when the one was like, I might as well just quit my job and start my own business. Like for example, when you're saying that, it's like, I might as well quit my job. Besides, I can start my own business.
Okay, it's very interesting.
hmm But yeah, it's like when you look it up, it just says, um, I think it just listed as a phrase of well. So
Okay.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Any other questions?
No, we could continue.
All right. Well, then go ahead. You can read the third one, I think.
Using in to show the place, city, department, industry. Examples: I work in marketing. I work in Tokyo. I work in a school. Why don't use I work at the school?
Oh, because you need to you need to show where it is. So for some people, they might say, "Oh, where do you work at?" Or and so you need to describe, like, for example, what field are you in? So if I say I'm not, but if I say, "Oh, I'm an engineer," you would say, "Oh, what field are you working in?" And that's when you would say, "Oh, I
Okay.
work in, you know, a form of engineering." And then also, "What city do you work in?" "I work in Tokyo." "Where do you work at?" oh, I work in a school.
Okay, it makes
Just to
sense.
show, yeah, just to show placement. Mm-hmm.
Okay, a little bit confused. A little bit confused for me.
Which what do you still have a question?
Not because recently I was studying how can you use in on an ad, and I see or I saw one example, and the example it was I work at the school.
Oh, well, no, that's fine. I work at the school. You can use them both. It's just showing you how you can use the word in, and it's just showing placement.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Because up here it says using at and for to show, and then you're using in. So it's just showing you that you can use multiple words, and also people in the business will use all forms of these. So you just need to know of them. That way, if you hear them, you understand what someone means. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
But
It
when you
makes sense.
speak, you don't have to use them. I mean, you can pick one and just use that one.
Okay.
Yep. Any other questions?
Yeah. No. No.
All right, so let's go with the one using with.
Okay. Using what to show things or people
Mhm.
that you deal with at work. Deal. What's in okay.
Did you have a question?
Examples I work with that
Oh,
work with.
sorry. Oh, there we go. One. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
can you move your mic slightly? Because I can't hear you. It's kind of muffled.
Okay,
Now
it's
speak.
better.
Now it's better. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Examples I work with data. I work with the public.
do you have
Mhm.
questions with this? Oh, you can let it down. You just had to fix it. But yeah,
Okay.
if you wouldn't let it down, you can.
Okay.
Any questions about this one?
Now,
All right. So now think about your dream job and answer the following questions using the correct prepositions. So the first one, where would you like to work? Which city, which company? So this is, remember, where, right?
where is the place or is the okay? Yeah, it's the place, no?
Mhm.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. So same thing. So if you think about this is where, and then when you say which field, remember I said, so this is where, and you say at. And then remember with this one, I said which. Like, for example, which field are you in? Then you would answer with in. And then
Okay.
the last one is the with one or what. Yeah.
Where would you like to work?
Hmm.
I don't know. Maybe in a big company, uh,
Uh, so,
like uh
so with this one, you'll use at.
okay.
Hmm.
Um, I like to work at.
Hmm.
Mm, okay. Mhm. Could you give me an example?
Oh, okay. So for me, I would like to work at CW, and the city,
I
I would
would
like.
like
Mhm.
I would like to work at development.
Oh yeah, I don't know what that is, but if it's a yeah, if it's a place in Mexico, then that's
No, it's
fine.
not a place. It's a job.
Ah,
But
oh okay. So normally you want to maybe list a place, or you could a company too. So yeah.
okay, I can say I would like at Facebook, something like that.
Yeah, like I would like to work at Facebook.
Which city? Silicon Valley.
Yeah, and then your city, and then which company. And
Which
then when you say
company?
company, you would say for.
Okay, I would like to work for Meta. Now it's Meta.
Yeah, see, there you go. Yeah, exactly. I would like to work at Facebook. Which city? I think it's in, I'm not, maybe it's in California. And then which company? For Meta.
Meta. Can you
Hmm.
repeat the pronunciation for Meta?
Just Meta.
Meta.
Yeah, Meta. So we
Meta.
say when we pronounce like the T words, we often pronounce it kind of like with the D. So like meta,
The
meta.
Meta.
Yeah, you want to say meta instead of like meta. You want to say meta.
Okay.
Hmm.
It depends the area from the US. Your accent.
Yeah, I mean it does, but I think like now I have a typical American accent. So I think my accent is fine for all across the United States, but in my city or when I'm with my friends, then I have maybe a thick Southern accent, you know, which basically the only difference is we talk very slow and we use a
Okay.
lot of vocabulary you're not familiar with. And in California, they talk really fast.
Okay. And what do you think about your accent, your your way for to for to
My
speak
accent?
is slowly is fast.
I would say my accent is pretty average. I think I have on Cambly, I use a very average American accent, very proper. Maybe you hear this kind of accent in a business meeting. So that's what I think. And that's what I've been told, more than what I think. It's what I've been told. I've been told I have a good voice for maybe a voiceover as well.
Okay. I will study it for the next days. Vocab for interviews because or for technology or for software because I need more vocab for that. Yeah.
For
uh,
you need more vocab for your interview?
yeah, because when if for example if you ask me some questions about my work in English,
Mm-hmm.
I can't answer very well because I can't find the words that I need to use.
Mm.
It's so
Yes.
hard.
Yes, I've noticed. Yeah, when talking about work, you definitely need to make sure that you're able to describe your job and your place of employment and, good things about yourself and maybe things you struggle with in the workplace as well.
Okay.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm. So um, we could continue or we don't have the time.
I mean, we
More
have
than
time to do the second one.
okay. Which industry? Software.
Okay, so you would say I work in the
I
software
work in the
industry.
software industry.
There you go.
Say, what or who would you like to work with and why? Uh, with good people. I would
I would
like
like
to
to.
work with talent, with people with good talent or a lot of talent. I don't know how to say,
Okay, so you'd say I would like to work with people who have a lot of talent
who
in
have
the
a lot of
field.
talent.
Uh,
Uh, okay,
yeah, you could say that. And so those are the people. And then what? Are there any kind of devices you want to work with maybe? Like, a specific new computer or something maybe you want to work on?
okay, yeah. um, okay, we don't have time. We don't have no
All
time.
right. Yes, I see. It was nice speaking with you today. Have a good night.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Goodbye.
Goodbye.